No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best, we keep the best, we keep the best. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking. No, we keep the best, we keep the best, we keep the best.
Bitch, I feel like dancing long distance from Grumbling, pivot, dancing, bloodless, talking my lips or something bloodless from the fucking pizza. Yeah, I can find this growing in my stomach because I'm jogging witches, rummed out witchy well. Boy, peace, love, from the death to the factions, off the streets, even never perfections, smoking weed while I'm back to the faction. Do your own elections, that is my collection, all up to the savage like I was it.
I walk with me on that Rambo blue, get out the door, we don't knock, we set shots, touch down, now got the power, now sit back. No lie, trust you, brother, relax on my life. I got your bitch on my dick, all of my wrist so slick, dripping no wet on my shit. Wish a nigga would come claim his bitch, I got flame for that shit. Respect they shit, y'all niggas ain't shit, this shit is sickening. Never stopping DNS and limitless, running, ruling, not eat infinite. Oh shit, roll my dope, bang hoes with my bros, roll that motherfucking get it green, a nigga trying to smoke.
No, we keep the best of green, so you know
Love remains gone, make a stop. Love remains gone. 7 grams in the rock on. Fuck boy, it's my dick, you can jump off. Oh lord, just pop me a Zambar. Hold core when I ride with the pistol girl. Talk shit to a fat bitch, make her feel average. Best sensei, one stack and he smash it. Wake up in the AM, I heard that he passed it. Miko and meth and lunch, arm in the backwards that way. North side, shorty, got the 40 with the goldie, purgatory, where I reside. East side the highway 59. West side that in my crooked ladder, IPPI. We don't see time, we don't decline, but we stay high. Shadows under them street lights, keep posts out of my sight. Germ said he got that potent. Ruby told me to roll it. No, we keep the best of green, so you know I'm smoking.
No, we keep the best, we keep the best, we keep the best.
You did good, say.
It's us, man. They is never dead. North side, hey, north side.
Pull up in the pizza, higher than the picture. Northside players getting head from a stripper. Gold mouth Izzo, fucking with that headphone. Dog food, shorty, all that shit you selling stepped on. Better get the fuck on, fuck up off the strippy. Put that glizzy glass, I make it pop and leave him dizzy. Took his hoe with me, I heard she was a pussy. Coke by the pussy, cause pussy got the earring. Let my girl fuck off, hit her with the strap on. Keep it like a mid-egg, while I get the diss on. Sipping on some scissor, I can't hear a whisper. That child believe him, he can put his body in the desert. Make it with my fucker, face on us like poker. The boys from the north side execute you on your sofa. Men who want the smizzle, that die for my kiddo. That probably you crystal when I side with that pistol. In the art dizzy, HSID easy. I ride through the city, the freakos show their titties. Popping on the pizzy, pussies know the dizzy. Why don't keep this dizzy? I'm too thick in the busy.
Bitch, I'm fucking these bitches. Now I'm ducking these bitches. Untouchable, limitless, so don't fuck with my business. Kermit on my wrist, look sick, that 16 down around my fist. Daydreaming of money, cause tonight I might just hit some niggas. Take your pick, shift out with the new Benz or the 56. 59, wasted down, all of 7 by the slick. Flopping in this pistol while I load another 60 clips. Ready to go to war, but they always end up with slip. I'm so sick and tired of all these fakes and liars. Thinking that they fire, when really they admire what we do. Fighting and fighting till I style off chewed up. Now my head all screwed up. You were on that bitch when I was fucking on the late last night. When they gave me a 50 patch, boy, I was feeling nice. Drooling on myself, I couldn't even get my dick off. Could have been a monk if I wasn't so fucking clicked off. Grade 5'9", bitch, I died for one of mine. Southside of the lake, I travel north to see my slime. New Orleans born and bred, I make $1 out of dime. Always on my toes, I keep my fingers on my nine.
I hope they recognize, fucking with me, you will see the devil side. Not alive, hit the ready, get you better run inside.
I got my Glocky with me, bitches, so we set this shit deep. I'm counting up big, my 50, testing me, it's very risky.
You ain't so hard, fucking bitch, you fucking fraud. Ain't my job, teach Vigilante, bet they got your fucking back.
I'm a boss, take the loss. If you hate me, fingers crossed. I'm a beast, ain't the least. Get the killing, it's a beast.
Time on my grind, and I never have to find what I'm looking for. Say the word and body start to hit the flow.
I think I got it going, running from the top, you know.
I'm ready to you, how I posted in the cover.
I never heard of you, pussy boy ain't got the juice. I wanna kill a fool, that's all I wanna do.
Stocking up for ammo, always ready for the next. I'm about to fuck your life up, cause you fucking with the devil.
Please do not do it, Freddy, please, can you stop?
Nah, bitch, I'm a demon and I'm running on the clock.
Yo, what is up? What's popping? All right, everybody. Just gonna settle in for a moment, and we'll get started here really shortly. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everybody is mentally sane. Judging by the timeline, at least 75% of you guys are probably insane right now. All right. Just catching up with chat real quick. What up, what up? Is here to save the market? Yeah, we're here to bull post the market into going up. I'm actually getting to the point, I'm starting to get bullish here with how prices have been beaten down pretty bad recently and sentiment's pretty terrible. So I'm actually starting to lean a little bit more bullish here. Adult diaper season, what? All right, guys, so I'm going to get started, but obligatory shield to start it off. 140 of you, holy shit, I can't talk. 140 of you in here and 23 likes. Press that like button for me. Help us out with the algo. All right, my friends. I got stopped out on the long you can long now. I don't think that the local lows are in yet, but we're very, very close to the next big short squeeze. Why do you guys always asking me how old I am? Fed in the chat. Bro, stop chilling your shitcoin in the chat. It's cringe. I hope it goes up, but fuck your shitcoin. Ain't nobody care. Sound like you're 24? All right, W. I'll take that. All right, let's get into some stuff here. First thing that I'm going to do before I get into Bitcoin, I'm going to do the intro shill. So this is something I've been working on for... Why is it showing the Paragon logo? That's weird. I started working on this at the end of last year and worked on it a lot during the beginning of this year. I ended up putting it to the side and ignoring it for a bit just because I was kind of overwhelmed with how many projects I was working on. Things have slowed down for me, as you know, they have for all of you as well. So I'm back to working on this again. Essentially, this is going to be a free guide that I share with everybody that has all of the kind of core foundational education, basically. That's going to be the idea behind it. Everybody in the Paragon group is going to get access to it beforehand, and I don't know if the public is going to get the full version or a censored version. I haven't worked it all out yet. But either way, whether you're in the Paragon or not, this is going to be a great resource for a lot of people, especially because I've noticed that there's a lot of newer people that have popped up more recently, judging by some of the interactions I get and questions I get, etc. So this will be great, basically, for you guys. It'll be something that, you know, I think it's like 19 pages long right now. By the time it's done, it'll probably be closer to 25. It's basically going to have everything you need, you know, from my side of things. It's not going to be focused on super complicated stuff. Going to be focused on all the essentials, basically. So I've been working on that a lot recently. Feds and peds in the chat. What is a ped? Pedestrian? Damn, that's like the worst roast I've ever gotten. You sound like McLovin. If I sound like McLovin, I'm honestly... It's time to break out a voice changer. In my defense, I probably sound more nasally right now than normal because my allergies have been really bad the past week or two. Almost to the point where sometimes I feel sick. My allergies have been so bad. Alright, so I'm going to ignore chat for a few and get into a little bit of Bitcoin rundown and see where we go from there. So, from Bitcoin high time frame, you guys are probably bored of hearing this. There's been no changes, right? So there's no major updates to be had, right? I'm just patiently waiting for my thesis to either play out and get invalidated. Quick little lesson time before I get into this. If your high time frame plan is changing all the time, there's something terribly, terribly wrong. I know you guys are used to seeing that on you know, Twitter. You know, classic example, a couple weeks ago, big account, bull posting memes nonstop. This week and last week, right, you know, calling for macro top. I don't understand how people arrive at this point where you're flip-flopping back and forth. If you know how to make a basic higher time frame plan, it should take a long time for it to get validated or invalidated. So I don't understand why there's all this constant flip-flopping. You guys should see this with my high time frame plans, that they basically never change until something dramatic happens in the market, and then I move from there. So where we've left off is, you know, we're trend respectors. Massive uptrend for like 16, 17 months now. We've been building this range for 3.5 months since March. So point number one, massive uptrend. Point number two, building out this range and compressing between 70 and 60K. My expectation and my plan has been for a while that we would continue to chop people up here. I did not expect that alts would get clobbered as much as they have gotten. That's been interesting to watch, but yeah, I mean, I still have the same plan. We're about, what, like 13 days away from Q3 starting. So my plan always was that we would chop Q2, chop probably the first half of Q3. As we start to get towards, you know, I don't know if I want to call it August or September, that's when I think that the uptrend will start to resume. As we get into October, I think that we'll fully be back up in uptrend. You know, some of the arguments behind that are, you know, from a headwind standpoint, the main thing that's holding us back from moving up right now, in my opinion, is obviously the seasonality aspect. It's incredibly unlikely to see any sort of extreme momentum in the summertime. This is pretty much par for the course. From a tailwind perspective, though, we have a lot of tailwind. So that seasonality is going to flip to a tailwind here in a couple weeks or couple of, you know, like a month or two. So seasonality is actually going to work in our favor here soon enough. We also have a lot of other confluent factors, you know, between the political shift that we saw in the U.S., plus election cycles, plus Ethereum ETF going live in like a month and a half. I really think that the stars are aligning for us to kind of play out my bigger picture plan, which was chop people up for the summer and go up again. Next major leg should be towards like 88K or something. So that's pretty much it for the higher time frame outlook. I'll check chat here in a second and answer any questions. But yeah, I mean, that is the general synopsis, right? There's been no major changes. But going back to the original lesson really quickly, right? You know, if you're flipping your higher time frame bias in this range, there's nothing wrong with being bearish at the highs and being bullish at the lows and trading the range, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But if your higher time frame thesis is changing during this range, you really need to ask yourself what's going on, right? What's making you act in that way, and try to change that. Feel very confident in saying that your hard time frame plan should be not changing very often. So I'm gonna catch up with chat really quickly, and then we'll move on to VWAPs and medium time frame. Paul going absolutely insane this season for sure. Yeah, I'm like been kind of down bad actually. It's made recording videos and getting motivated to do streams has been a little bit harder recently because the market's boring as shit, which matters, but also I like genuinely feel sick at moments from my allergies being so bad. How would you tell whether November 2024 is the top or 2025 is the top? I mean, brother, I obviously don't know when the top is going to be. I think it doesn't really matter whether it's late 2024 top or early 2025 top. It's, you know, more or less the same from my point of view. I mean, and maybe it's a little bit different for tax purposes. But yeah, I mean, who cares, right? Whether it's November or a couple months later. Maybe I'd argue that a couple months later is better, right? The longer the season takes place, the more opportunities you're going to be. Nothing's changed. We all lost money. That's funny. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I mean, I know that you're probably being facetious here, but that is the truth for some people. This cycle has been starkly different from previous cycles, how much altcoins have gotten clobbered in the sideways. I mean, alts always get clobbered in these kind of sideways ranges for the most part, but not to this extent. It's been pretty wild. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've been risk off for a while now, for like 2 months, and I even, you know, like 2 weeks ago, when we were at the 70K kind of highs, I sold off a lot of altcoin exposure just to protect myself more. Even though I do think you still have incredibly high conviction that we're going to break upwards, it's just not worth holding the risk. So I'm still holding all my core spot positions. They're just sized down. When alt season, guys, it's always alt season. The old versions of the alt season that we got, like, you know, February 2018 is probably the golden era of alt season. That stuff will probably never exist again, other than the stages where Bitcoin's doing massive legs, right? If Bitcoin legs from this range up to like 80 or 90K, obviously the aggregate of altcoins are going to get carried up by that. But you guys got to erase the alt season shit from your brains. It doesn't matter, right? Just get good at sorting strength, and whenever Bitcoin is risk on, long, strong altcoins, and then it's alt season. It's that simple. It's literally been alt season on and off for a long time now, right? So just fucking figure it out, guys. Which version of GCR are you? I'm not sure if I'm either the blue GCR or the retarded GCR. Who knows? Anyone holding alts is feeling max pain right now. I mean, yes and no. There are some alts that are holding up, but yes, in aggregate, absolutely. Ondo's green on the daily. I mean, Ondo's beaten down a little bit as well. I sold a bunch of Ondo at $1.40, which I want to buy back, which will cover everything once I get into altcoins. Has something like this happened in crypto in the past, you know? Well, Sander, I don't know. Are you talking about, are you talking about Bitcoin ranging like this? Are you talking about alts getting obliterated? The answer to all those questions is probably going to be yes. We've seen this before. We've seen Bitcoin being a trend and go into a range and just see everybody crying about how this price action is so toxic, right? I mean, there was a copy post yesterday that was kind of hilarious. Wasn't even trying to body the original guy that posted it because I actually like him, but it's just the idea that we've been here before. We've seen Bitcoin trade in this way, and we've seen altcoins trade in this way. Maybe not to this extent where altcoins are getting truly brutalized. I mean, maybe we haven't seen to this extent just yet, but not far off of it. Total cap looks like a lower high. I don't care about total market cap shit like that personally. Dang, so you don't think we go until late 2025? No. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, so I obviously can't tell to how extreme things are going to be. If nothing changes and we just continue the trend on as is, then yeah, I expect it to kind of be a little bit of a shorter cycle where early 2025 it's kind of over. That's subject to change if, like, we get a more clear stance change from the US, and also if we were to get, some sort of change in rates, right? If rates get cut. So if there could be things that could sustain the run for longer, but not really buying into that just yet. It doesn't matter though. I mean, whether I think it's going to go higher or lower or take longer, it doesn't really matter. Predictions don't mean shit. What do you make of the S&P 500 strength hitting all-time highs, crypto not moving? Just seasonality are a real concern? That's a good question. I don't think it really matters that much. It's not something that we've not seen before, right? We've definitely seen plenty of periods where equities outperform or underperform Bitcoin. I think that, like you said, seasonality plays a role in that, but I think that it's probably just we're just in catch-up stage. So equities will keep doing well, hopefully, and then we'll play big catch-up in like 2 months or so. Banger intro, thanks, dude. The Tetris GCR. It's the first time Bitcoin ranges for 2 months at previous all-time highs. I mean, yeah, but it's not 2 months, by the way. It's been 3.5 months, so it's been quite a bit longer. Last time Bitcoin did something somewhat similar, right? This was previous all-time high, and it did chop people up. It just was like a month instead of 3 months, but I mean, who cares? I don't think that changes anything. For me, at least. Last cycle was probably the last alt season. Yeah, I mean, the old version, the boomer version of alt season doesn't exist anymore. Hit the like button now. Thank you, Nikos. Yes, he's spitting facts. Crypto's moving, bros? Is it? If you look at the history of the halving, Bitcoin should begin to really expand in April 2025. I personally think that viewing things like that is a little too simple. You don't have enough data points, and the market, every couple of years, this market evolves a lot, right? So what we've seen in previous cycles doesn't necessarily matter for what we have currently. The market has matured a lot over the past, 4 years or something, or 3 years, whatever you want to call it. I don't think the previous cycle halvings matter from an analytical standpoint. We used to cry when Bitcoin moved to the ES. Now it doesn't, and we can't have it both ways, indeed. Loved your capitulation tweets. They're needed. I'm just fucking around. My concern are the alts that have been ranging for months, thinking it was an accumulation, but they're breaking down. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, if you thought most of these alts were in accumulation, that's rough. You hold any alts or just trade? I definitely have some alts. I've got a bunch of meme coins. I've got some RWA with Ondo and Dusk, although I did size down Ondo. So I've got memes. I've got RWA. That's pretty much it. I mostly hold memes. Hat back on the dog. I don't think anytime soon. Are you looking for some open interest divergence to show strength and absorption at these lows? No, not really. For open interest plays, I don't really care about like the idea of a divergence in open interest. Not really something I'm using. Yeah, open interest really won't have too much of a factor in trying to choose the bottom here. Which, I mean, that's going to be one of the next conversations I'm going to have once I catch up with chat. I'm going to Move on to medium time frame, and I'll cover how I think the bottom will form. No, no AI plays. No, I don't have any AI plays currently. When you think about big meme coins like Pepe and Bonk, their drawdown isn't as brutal as other sectors. Yeah, I mean, I own both of those. I actually sold a bunch of Pepe though, and I'm looking to buy it back. What do I think about them? I think that, you know, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for relative strength. Yeah, a lot of memes have been getting brutalized, but some of the, you know, core ones have been holding up pretty well. How much more sauce do you give in Paragon? Simple, you wouldn't believe it, bro. Literally everything. Literally everything. I share all my trading, like all my systems, and if I ever come up with any sort of new strategy setup or alpha or whatever, I just share it because I don't care anymore. Would love your analysis of the current price action right now. Appears to be lower time frame bottom. Yeah, I'm going to cover that next. Clearly a double top. Yeah, clearly. I'm only here to support Big Mag. What up, Reg? We need the names of your memes ASAP. When we get into altcoins, I'll say some of them. What about the hidden RSI div on the 4 hour and the 1 hour? I thought you were joking at first, and then I reread it, and I don't think you're actually serious. I don't really care about divergence, and I definitely don't care about RSI, like a hidden divergence, right? If you trade divs on oscillators, you should just care about regular divergence. I think hidden divergence have a much lower success rate, guys. But I don't trade divs anyways. Think you'll likely tag 61K? No, I think that there's a good likelihood that we actually front run that. If you guys stop asking questions about that, I'll catch up with chat and then tell you guys what I think here soon. Thoughts on Flocky and Pepe? Down load on them spots, still heavily up from entry, so can't complain. Yeah, I'll cover altcoins here in a moment. You fucks keep asking altcoins too early. Ondo strong. Yeah, Ondo's been ridiculously strong for a while now. Any changes to how long you think the cycle lasts? I mean, I kind of already said that, right? As of now, I would estimate that the cycle will probably end in like March and February of next year. So that's what I'll stick with for now. It's just a fucking guess, though. Truth is, I don't have a fucking clue. I mean, a 2x INJ long for almost, or from almost top, currently down 10K. Liquidation price is 11. You think I'm safe? Bro, you're trading, that's a perp trade, and you're trading it like it's SPY. You shouldn't be holding shit that long. I think you're in fucking trouble. If I'm being honest, right? INJ's been really weak all year long, so yeah, you're long term, you're probably in trouble on that trade, not gonna lie. You have to try not to get lost in the sauce. That's facts, Knight. Very proud of that stuff, to be honest. Thanks, Simple. Popcat's very attractive. Okay, we can look at that. Thoughts on Sol? Yeah, I'll look at Sol. Let me just get through all this shit, and then we'll get into altcoins. Did you share in Paragon where you sold Pepe? Yeah, I did. I actually, on the stream before I sold, I said I was thinking about selling, and I talked about the process, and then I sold and made a video about this, you know, where I covered the sells. And yes, I always share where I plan to rebuy as well. How do you plan, or how do you balance percentage-wise your cold storage, hold bags, and trading money? I mean, I don't really do a whole lot of cold storage stuff these days. So I would just like reword that to like portfolio management versus active trading. I actively trade with like 10 to 30% of my money, depending on how serious things are, right? Like right now, if I was actively trading, which I took one trade yesterday. I'm not actively trading that much right now. If I was actively trading right now, I would be, you know, using like 10% or less of my money because the opportunities just aren't really there. When you want to long a level, how do you place invalidations as a fresh level? Do you wait for structure to form and then enter? So generally speaking, my entries are off the back of other people's pain, which increases the EV of getting, you know, kind of a move in my direction at the beginning. I manage all my stop losses manually, so I'll have a hard stop. So like if this is a level and I want to buy this level as we come into it, well, let's say there's like an order block right here. So this is where like standard invalidation would be. So I'll put like my hard stop beyond the technical invalidation, but then I'll manually stop myself out, right? So if this is my long, this is where the hard stop goes, right? But I'm not just going to let it drift down to my hard stop and hit me out. I'm going to, if it looks weak in my stop loss zone, I'm just going to fucking close it out manually. Manual stop losses are probably pretty difficult for people that are in the very early stages of their trading, but once you have some experience, that will 100% save your equity curve. Alright, just trying to get through your guys' questions. Hold up. I'm trying to get into the next section where I run through stuff. I need to make like an actual script that I read off every week where I tell you guys don't fucking say altcoin tickers because you just slow down the process. Can you share free alternative indicators you use on TradingView? You could use vwaps for free. Simple volume shit's gonna be free. I mean, yeah, pretty much everything I use is either custom or default to TradingView. Volume profile is going to be free. TPO is going to be free if you have a subscription package to them. VWAPs, volume, that's pretty much it. How do you remain patient? Tips or tricks? So yeah, I mean, it's a really great topic. Like over the past 3 months, right, being patient has prevented myself from losing a lot of money unnecessarily, just like shoving trades all the time. So the best thing, how do you become patient? At the end of the day, it's like totally a personal struggle, personal battle that you got to go through on your own. The truth is, that most people probably won't ever achieve any, version of patience. In my opinion, like what you want to do though, is you want to try to, start practicing mindfulness and observing yourself and notice when are you feeling that, that lack of patience, when are you feeling that FOMO, and just try to do differently. There isn't some sort of magical answer. Most of it's going to come from self-observation, in time. I think I practice a lot of mindfulness and stuff, so that definitely helps. The other piece for me is I've been trading for so long. If the market moves up a lot or down a lot tomorrow, I'm not going to feel the FOMO of having not traded it, because there's always going to be a new, a new opportunity another day later, right? So time in the markets and just practicing mindfulness, it's how you get patient. Folky, Pepe, C pool, my altcoin picks. I don't know what C pool is later though. No problem, dude. No problem. Reducing leverage or size has helped me be a lot more patient. Yeah, that's great there. Yeah. It's different for everybody. But yeah, I mean, I always recommend that most people start off trading smaller too, right? In your first year, 2, 3 years even potentially, shouldn't be really swinging for the fences in the early days. If you're, in crypto, if you're newer, you should be using the portfolio, where you hold things long term to make money, and then trading with smaller size until you can hopefully become a little bit less retarded with trading. You said you take profit 90% of the time before your target. Is it purely discretionary, or is there a method to this madness, especially in these market conditions? So, the note you made around market conditions matters a lot, right? When we're in a low volatility, ranging regime, I'm going to be much more aggressive with taking profit versus when we're in some massive momentum run up. So yeah, for most of my intraday and scalping, I just learned a long time ago to just be very aggressive about taking profit. It's going in your direction, take profit. You don't need to be some fucking technical wizard that calls the Pico top and, always exits right at the reversion, right? Who cares, right? So yeah, I mean, the reason why you as a trader will probably learn to be more aggressive about taking profit and front running your levels is because there's going to be so many instances where you have a good trade that just round trips on you. So you learn to just be aggressive about taking profit because the round trips add up on you. Can you check out MOG? Yeah, we can probably check out MOG later when we get to the altcoin section. Suggest a simple strategy for beginner traders. But you know how like actually difficult that is. Learn vwaps. What do you think when you're trying to identify the bottom of the range? Well, I mean, the way that I trade, there's no discretion in what the bottom of the range is, right? Like the bottom of the range is concrete for me, right? The bottom of the range is 63.5. That's how I do things, because I do everything from a composite structure standpoint. I'm going to talk about why I think the bottom's coming up soon, so I'll just answer the question then. How many years does it take you to get profitable? So I always answer this in a roundabout way. I got really lucky early on, and I made money trading crypto before I had any idea what I was doing. I think realistically, most people should be aiming for it taking several years, right? Everybody comes out in our space and says, I learned how to trade in a year. It's fucking bullshit, guys. Unless they're a savant, it's not real. For most people that actually reach any success in trading, it's going to take several years. So you should expect it to take you at least 3 years if you're going to make it. Patiently waiting on the Magus guide. Will Cardano come back asking for science? Probably not, bro. I mean, Cardano's locked in the Lindy effect, so it's not going to die anytime soon. But is Cardano ever going to be a strong market leader? Probably not, dude. Have you done higher time frame Bitcoin? I did already. You don't really need to rewatch it, though, because it's just the same thing I've been saying for months. There's nothing new for higher time frame. Any advice for how to handle the INJ trade? Obviously, can't market close it. What would you have done? It's 2x leverage. The leverage doesn't matter, guys. You guys need to learn how to calculate position size. Position size equals risk times stop, or position size equals risk divided by stop times account value. Start learning to do that simple formula and stop caring about your leverage amount. It doesn't matter. All right, so since you guys are going to be little motherfuckers and you keep asking me about altcoins even though I wasn't ready to do altcoins anyways. Jesus Christ. Bro. This thing is in a downtrend on the yearly, right? So you're just praying for a pop-up to sell into. It's that simple, bro. If you're long from the top and it's down here, you're down 50% or more than 50% actually, brother, sell it into a pop-up. If there's a green day, fucking sell it. I'm praying for you. I don't get why you think it's bad to open 2x long positions for long term. It's just a hedge on spot. How's it a hedge on spot to long with 2x leverage? Your math's not mathing, bro. I'm genuinely like dumbfounded. One of us is retarded in here. I'm either completely misunderstanding your question or you're retarded. The reason why I say to fucking not sit in, perpetual trades for swing trades is because it's fucking expensive, right? Funding, if you're taking them on the long side, right? Funding will eat into your P&L in a big way. Most of you guys are so much better off just swing trading spot and stop fucking thinking that you need to use leverage. Leverage is not helping most of you. It's just hurting you. Just swing trade spot, guys. Until you fucking have a clue what you're doing. Do you think it's beneficial to learn order flow stuff like exit charts? My shill for order flow is that the truth is it's not going to really be that impactful for everybody. Some people it will be a big deal for them. The reason why everybody should learn order flow and market microstructure is just so that you understand why the market fucking works the way it does, right? You don't even need to really use the you know, tools from Orderflow to in your trading, but understanding why the market moves up and down will actually help you a lot in your plans and system design, etc. You top up on some alts today? I did not, but I'm probably going to do that pretty soon here. I think Bitcoin could probably bleed a little bit more before that, though. I tend to wait for the entry round trip and then the exit just above break even after it bounces. That's pain, Sander, but that is the par for the course that most people go through. Beginner traders buy low, sell high. 10,000 hour rule. What level indicator do you use? All the levels are their VWAP levels from the Paragon indicators. Apparently, I need to release the guide right now because I explained in the guide the idea behind leverage and position sizing. Please, if you don't know what the fuck I'm saying, listen the fuck up right now. Position size equals risk divided by stop loss times account value. No, I don't ever fucking do that math formula anymore because I don't need to, but you probably need to build up good habits. So go fucking start doing actual position size calculations and stop caring about what leverage, multiple you're using. It matters not. Position size is what matters. I always hedge my longs with 2x longs. That's why you're a great trader, Peter. Let's go at Bitcoin to 56. Yeah, I don't know about that there, brother. How much lower is Bitcoin going to go tonight? We want not where's Bitcoin's low going to be. We want where's Bitcoin's low going to be at tonight. That's crazy, bro. Repeat the formula, please. God damn it, you have a replay tool, motherfucker. Position size equals risk divided by stop times account value. I've been looking at options flow a lot. Have you found options data and your useful when you're trading? Not really. It most certainly will become pretty valuable eventually when the options market grows. Should key reversals be led by spot rather than perps? It's not that simple. Yeah, obviously, if you look at it in a very simple light, you want your initiation to be led from spot. But there's plenty of instances where derivatives lead and spot takes over. At the beginning, the origins of this entire trend that we've been running with for 16, 17 months, was largely led off of derivatives at the beginning. So like most altcoin bottoms they were going down and you would have open interest going up from people opening shorts. But like go study Solana's macro bottom and then watch its flows, as it started its rally from $8 and as it starts to get towards the $30 and $40. Watch its flows, guys. It's free alpha, you're welcome. You have to go put in the time yourself though. All of Solana's big moves up were led by shorts closing out and then spot taking over and sustaining. What's your opinion on crypto Twitter? Everyone's like a zombie waiting for money injection. What we're seeing with crypto Twitter isn't new, guys. We've been through this before. We will be through this again. People are emotional. We're emotional creatures, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing people spewing out their emotions and showing how down bad they are, in these markets. I don't really know exactly what to say on that one. It just is what it is. A lot of people are bull market heroes. Just try not to let them distract you too much. Try to use Twitter as an entertainment source. When the profit taking, how do you mentally avoid? It could have been XUSD more. I just don't care, bro. I don't care if I took profit and I locked in $500 and it could have been $750 if I waited 15 more minutes. Who cares? I've taken tens of thousands of trades. I'm going to take tens of thousands more of trades, so as long as I don't just die tomorrow. You know, who cares, right? You shouldn't be. It's really only going to come from experience and time in the markets, but hopefully eventually you can just learn to just not give a shit. Is there order flow works on lower time frame, or order flow works on higher time frame? Not really. Not really. You mostly want to do lower time frame stuff for flow. I'm gonna get that tatted on me. All right, whatever I said. I don't even know what I said, but that sounds good. What low does Bitcoin, your crystal ball, predict for the higher time frame? What low? Like after Bitcoin goes up more, where does the fucking swing low on them? Is that what you're asking me? I don't have a fucking clue. What's market context explained to me like I'm 5? Might actually be a pretty good question. Don't really feel like answering it though. Context to the market is like variables, you know, like how much momentum is in the market, right? How much liquidity is in the market? How much active participation is in the market? What are lending rates looking like? Any of the variables that will determine what the market's going to do, right? That's what, you know, context is. We're getting context from the regime. How do you feel about the market dying this weekend because everyone was playing Elden Ring downloadable content? You guys can go ahead and flame me now. I played the Dark Souls games a lot when I was younger. I don't fuck with them. And before somebody says it's because I'm bad at it, no. I'm bad at zero video games. I just don't really like those kind of... I want to play against other human beings and beat them in whatever game I'm playing. Fuck killing an NPC. Referring to intraday, not macro, for Bitcoin's reversal soon. I mean, it's the same argument, bro. You can't make spot led that so it's healthy, spot didn't lead that so it's not healthy. There's a lot more nuance required to that conversation. There's been plenty of instances where perps lead and spot takes over. Sorry, not for the bottom of the range, but the local bottom in a leg down within the range. Yeah, I mean, so I wanted to talk about this, but you guys have asked so many questions, I just never really got to it. I think that the lows are going to be in here pretty soon. I don't really know if it's going to be all the way down to potentially like 62, or if it could be as high as like 65 or even 64. But this is the kind of key area where I want to look for the dip. Range lows, multiple confluences between composite structuring, VWAPs, classic demand block, etc., etc. So this is where I think that the low is going to be. I would love to see one more good drive down another 2,000 points, and then I'm going to be looking for a long. I calculate position size on trading idea. I look at the loss percentage and what my max pain would be. I mean, bro, I don't think you even understand that you're literally... You gotta be trolling me with that, Sander. What you're saying is the math formula I just fucking gave you, essentially. You're just doing the retard version. When will Jewel come back? Never. I lost that question. When will Jewel come back? I keep buying the NFTs, but they keep going down. Bro, Charles, I hope you're trolling. Jewel's never gonna come back. Even if it was a legitimate project, it wouldn't come back, but because of the fact that it got hacked, right, and the devs allowed the exploit to persist, right, there's no chance in Jewel ever coming back. Not saying that to be mean, it just is what it is, right? If you're still clinging to a bag like Jewel from, years ago now, it's time to let go. In terms of monthly and annual VWAP, price activity, what would you rather see? What would you rather see? Would you rather see us tap or pump? Not sure exactly what you're asking, bro. You said monthly and annual VWAP. I don't know why we're comparing those two. What do I want to see between the two? I don't... You need to ask more. Or re-ask that question. So Orderflow and Footprint, it's only for executed system. No. So Footprint is an Orderflow, so they really shouldn't be, right? Orderflow is the larger, piece of the family tree. Footprint belongs in that. Is this for execution only? No. I mean, I use them for analysis all the time, right? Like using open interest and using RVOL and things like that for analysis for where I should bet, when I should bet, and then they also can be for execution, right? When you see somebody making a mistake, you can exploit them. What are you looking at for scalp season? To be honest, Fern, scalp season hasn't really materialized. I kind of hoped it would, but it doesn't appear that it's going to. So I haven't been scalping, so I don't really know what to say, right? There hasn't been that activity on perps that I wanted to see for scalping season to take place. Dark Souls games are boring, confirmed. Monster Hunter. There are PvP in those games, man, but yeah, it's not my style. I don't really want to swing a sword and shit at people like that. Additionally, where would be the greatest location to use anchored VWAP? For anchored VWAPs, swing high, swing low. Event-driven flows, right? Like big regime shift flows. That's pretty much it, right? So your pure price action, how do you set? I'm not pure price action. I'm like the opposite of pure price action, bro. I'm like all basic order flow stuff. So how do you set your take profits? It could be a level of like an argument that there's a couple levels that overlap here, or it could just be the trade is worked out in my favor and it's time to lock it in. Like levels are not something that you guys should cling to. Like this support or this resistance you draw on your chart isn't going to be the end all be all. At the end of the day, the market doesn't give a fuck about your little magic line. TA is a meme a lot of the time. So yeah, I would urge you guys to not care about that. Yeah, you make your setups from a technical argument, right? This is the area where I should position, this is where I'm wrong, and this is where it should go if I'm right, roughly. But just because you draw a magic line on your chart doesn't mean that's where you should aim to take profit, right? You should learn to be more dynamic with it. What do you think about buying pukes outside of daily VWAP value for mean reversion trades when we're range bound? Yeah, I mean, it's generally, a piece of the approach that I would be using. I definitely would want a lot more confluence around where I'm interacting and, where I'm executing, and get some confluence from flow as to what's going to help me, right? So, for example, seeing big open interest changes or something. Do you play developing VWAP rotations on lower time frames? I do if I'm trading lower time frames. I just don't do that very much these days. Would 62K be the low of the range in general? No more than 50K? I mean, it's subjective. It doesn't matter if you want to call the range low 61. I'm using composite tools, so for me, it just auto draws it at 63, or I guess 62.7. I prefer to have things auto drawn and less discretionary. In terms of higher time frame VWAPs for price action, what would you rather see? Would you rather see price tap or pump, or lose the VWAP and reclaim? Would you rather see price tap and pump, or lose the VWAP and reclaim? Tap and pump, right? So like if this is the VWAP, you're asking, do you want to see it tap and pump, or do you want to see it lose it and reclaim it? I mean, technically either will work. The reclaim version is going to give you a better risk to reward, and if there's supportive flow on this sell, this could be the better setup actually. So between these two, one's not necessarily better than the other. The first version is going to be less sweaty for you, much more relaxed approach. Second version could have better risk to reward and better EV. Do you use exit charts? No, I haven't used exit charts in a while. Do you think there's a stablecoin shortage, especially on Solana, due to capital dilutions, too many shitcoins? Definitely not. Yes, there's a lot of shitcoins out there for sure. Is there a shortage of stable coins? Don't think so. Damn, hit me with the serious questions. How do you deal with the loneliness in trading? So I've been able to compartmentalize a lot of pieces of my life. I know that when you're in the earlier stages, you're tempted to talk about your trading with people. I just don't want to talk about my trading that much anymore. It's not something like, the experiences are always terrible trying to talk with friends or family about my career. So I just don't. So I get that sense of connection through some of my friends. I've been very fortunate in this space to have made friends with a lot of good dudes. So when I need that kind of connection related to trading, I just interact with my friends. And then, you know, I try to be social in my life to some extent, and I just try not to ever bring work into it, right? If I want that human connection, I would much rather be focused on, you know, playing a fucking sport with my friends or something like that, right? Going bowling and just like being a normal person. Does T ever make a turnaround, or are VC coins with high fully diluted values cooked forever? Yeah, I mean, the truth is the T is probably cooked for a pretty long time. Could Tia make a turnaround? It totally could, right? I mean, look at Aptos. But is it going to? I mean, I'm not going to bet on it. I would continue to be bearish on it until fucking OBS keep disconnecting. Wonder if that's affecting you guys. My frame rate has been dog shit. I kind of wonder if have you guys seen any lagginess in the stream today? Do you see Doge going below 11 on this dip? I hope not. I did sell off some Doge to protect myself because I just had too much, but I hope not. Do you ever use liquidation heat maps? No, liquidation heat maps are retarded. I just say the same thing on all these streams. Liquidation heat maps are just guesstimations at best. As somebody who's messed around with them and tried to build them out himself with more than one dev, you just can't ever arrive at consistently reliable information around liquidation data like that, right? It's impossible to know how much collateral people have and what their total positioning is, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, the liquidation heat maps just never amount to any accurate data because they can't account for positional closes and stuff. Yeah, good response from Doc. Make friends, man. Tons of people here in crypto in the same boat. Helps to be in the Discord communities and stuff like that for sure. You just gotta put yourself out there and try to make friends. Maybe don't focus on trying to be like smart and shit all the time when you're trying to make friends too. Place more of an emphasis on having fun and being fun to be around. So you're gonna make more friends that way. Sure, that smart guy, people might want to talk to him in case he leaks alpha, but do you really want to be the guy that people just talk to because you might leak alpha, or do you want to be the guy that people talk to because that guy's fucking funny? Or that guy's just good to be around, right? Do you believe that price is always playing some sort of value bracket for targets? I don't know what you mean by the targets bit. When you ask, do I believe that price is always playing some sort of value brackets? To some extent, it's basically always oscillating around some degree of value. I don't understand what you mean by the targets bit there. What do you mean by liquidity regime change, right? Well, if there's a lot of liquidity or there's less liquidity, right? When volatility picks up, there's less liquidity. When volatility slows down, there's going to be more liquidity. When activity rates pick up, there's going to be more liquidity. When activity rates go down, there's going to be less liquidity. These kind of concepts. Liquidity is not the same every day. How much Bitcoin volume is is resting in the order books is dynamic every day, for example, which obviously you can extrapolate to every order book ever. What sections in your education in Paragon can someone check to build lower time frame meme reversion system built around daily VWAP? Yeah, I mean, so my, intraday, I have a full intraday trading system that I have shared in there, and I have my scalping system. So going through the intraday and through the scalping stuff would definitely help you with that. Obviously, I have a huge emphasis around trading VWAP levels, so my system would work pretty well for you, probably. Magus, do you think meme coins will still have more in the tank in Q3, Q4? Sorry, I'm late. No, unacceptable, JL. You're not allowed to be late. Yeah, for sure. Meme coins aren't going to go anytime soon. They're just going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, there's been a lot of dog shit meme coins made, and most of them won't ever amount to anything, but a lot of these more legit meme coins, your PEPEs, your Doges, your whiffs or whatever, any larger cap memes, they're not going to go away anytime soon. They're just going to get bigger. What were some key things that made you profitable? That's a pretty difficult question for me to say off the top of my head. I could say things like being honest with myself has been really important, right? If you want to reach some degree of profitability, you can't have make the mistakes and ignore them, right? You need to be honest with yourself and go, look, dude, you fucked up today. You were retarded, right? So like a big thing for you is like for us is going to be facing yourself, being honest with yourself. Another thing I could say that helped me would be not really sprinting towards the finish line. I said this last week. Most people end up as the hare in the tortoise in the hare scenario, and I've pretty much always been comfortable being the tortoise, just going slow and steady. I could probably ramble about that topic for a long time, but I don't really want to. There's a lot of things I could say about what could help you with that. And for some of those topics, it's going to be really different for all of us too. So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Will you rebuy Tensor here? Oh, dude, don't make me look at my Tensor. Holy fuck, man. My Tensor's down horrendous. Will I rebuy it? No. I mean, I already bought it, so I'm just down on... It's my only underwater bag right now. Did you ever tie your happiness to your trading performance? Damn, that's a heavy question. Did you ever tie your happiness to your trading performance? Whether it was intentional or not, yes. That's just the type of person I am. I actually probably need to work on that. Whether I'm trading, playing a sport, playing a competitive game, I'm going to be happy when I'm winning. It just is what it is. So, yeah. There's some things in life that I've learned to just... A lot of competition in life I've learned to just not care about. But yeah, that's an interesting question. Catching the falling knife on GALA? I don't know about that one, bro. You guys should be careful catching any sort of falling knives, especially falling knives that are down only like this, guys. This thing looks like dog shit. High key, if you buy this thing, the odds of it working out for you are so low. It's slim to zero. Or near zero, as the nerds would say. About this time in 2020, we had DeFi summer. Yes, we did. What do you think about this summer? Any meta taking off? Not really. We have like zero development right now, it feels like. We're not really moving forward from a technological standpoint, so I don't really think we have anything like that. Obviously, we have RWA AI. Those are the two kind of things that could take place, so maybe AI or RWA could fill that void, but I don't really think so. Roast me, please. I'm all in Zcash. Good luck, brother. When are we getting into alts? Well, I can't keep up with the chat, so never, it looks like. I'll try to get into it, bro. It's either I ignore the chat and do what I want to do, or don't ignore the chat and answer the questions. For liquidity heat map or liquidation heat maps, I never take trade setups based off it, but I try not to have my stops where others do. Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that those things aren't real, right? Like, they become self-fulfilling prophecies in a sense because so many people use them, but the information is not concrete. Haven't noticed live stream is much clearer than docs. Should give him some tips. Damn, dude, I'm gonna screenshot that and roast doc with that. And I think the doc needs to change his bitrate. I think that's his problem. What's your trigger to go long or short on any coin according to your strategy? Sorry, watching for the first time. That's a really difficult question for me to answer because it's not like a ICA, so I take short. You know, I'm looking for positional mistakes. That's always a big thing for me. I'm looking for other people to make mistakes and, you know, and trade off the back of that. Yesterday I caught a decent intraday short going into the end of the day because there was some mistakes. You guys can go ahead and look at that and maybe try to extrapolate what that might be. So yeah, I mean, generally speaking, for lower time frame stuff, I'm just looking for other people to make mistakes. With higher time frame stuff, I'm just looking to go with momentum. Dusk update? Yeah, Dusk is down bad. So I do own Dusk, you know, I guess I'm officially underwater on it right now with us trading down here. I want to see 32 cents get reclaimed here pretty soon. It doesn't look good. Thanks for doing what you do. No problem, Will. Do you use DOMs at all for trading Bitcoin? Not really. When I scalp, I use DOMs for execution, but DOM analysis is pretty rough for crypto. You're probably not going to get a good read on it just because the tick sizes are too low and we're not liquid enough to really use depth of markets. So I think depth of markets are really just good for execution. Would you buy Dusk? I mean, I already own Dusk, so yeah. I think Dusk is a good play. Your risk definition's pretty good right here, so if you're wrong, you're not going to get completely blown out. What were you talking about in planning on talking about instead of the endless AMA? Who knows, bro? Thank you very much for answering my questions. No problem, dude. Thanks, Nico. I guess I wrote your main VWAP indicator just for myself and credited it to you. Love declaration. That's cute, bro. Respect that. How do you deal with losing streaks? For losing streaks, they suck, right? There's no way around it. There isn't some sort of magic answer I give you. I think the best thing I could say is it really has to do a lot with just time, right? It's basically a mathematical certainty that the longer you trade, the more likely a losing streak is to come your way. You handle it just like you do anything else in life, right? You try not to be overly down on yourself about things. You need to try and, you know, get over it quickly and move forward and be productive with it. Call Sting. Why do I need to call Sting? Is he calling me? You mean hashtag systemization? Oh, you're in the group. The best is, yeah, so Jebba the Sage, the best thing you could do is actually go to the education navigation section I just made last week and go to this. There's 2 systems videos in there. Should be near the top of that section. If you have trouble finding them, yeah, so you're looking for the simple system video. That's the simple system is the intraday, and then the scalping videos in the scalping section. If you have trouble to find them or trouble finding them, I'll help you. Just hit me up in my questions section and I'll help you if you can't find them. But just go to education navigation at the top of my education section, and in the setups, or no, in the systems section, you'll find both of them. There's only 2. You reckon about Bowden? No idea, bro. Higher win rate or higher risk to reward? Yeah, that's a great question. So before I answer that, there's a perpetual trade-off for traders, right? Where you basically have to either choose higher probability or higher risk to reward, right? You can't have both. Let me give you an example to depict this, and then I'll explain my answer. These are the two levels I can buy. The upper level is going to give me... Wait. That was about to be a terrible explanation. This is the range low. We just swept into the range, and we reclaim, right? If I buy the range deviation, my risk to reward is tighter because I can have a much tighter stop loss on something I aggressively bought. However, so this is +1 for risk to reward, right? But this is -1 for probabilities because this is a lower probability of it playing out versus the range reclaim, which if you take the range reclaim setup, it's going to be worse risk to reward, but better probabilities. So as a trader, you have to choose perpetually between, do I want better risk to reward and worse probabilities, or worse risk to reward and better probabilities? This is the perpetual trade-off for discretionary traders. For me personally, I do a combination between the two. When I'm active and trading a lot, normally I aim to be more aggressive about it, right? So this is like what my Dalai Lama setup will look like. A lot more of my scalping stuff is going to be more of this though. So I do both. Sometimes I even literally do both, where I'll buy the high risk, the good risk to reward, low probabilities, and then compound it on the reclaim, right? There you go. Risk to reward and probabilities 101. Is there any resources that are similar to heat maps? I mean, technically, footprint and like depth of market and stuff are displaying the same information. It's just, yeah, I guess heat maps are just so much easier to read. There isn't really something that I can point you in the right direction for that. You think your good scam list is still good, or some have become bad? So a lot of these like lower lists are pretty lazy. The upper ones are the ones that get curated a lot, right? So these are all pretty decent coins in the strong coin list. It's not going to be the case for a lot of these other ones. I've been pretty lazy. My trading levels have been really, really low and inactive recently, so I haven't like taken the time to care that much. There's just been no reason for me to trade a whole lot, right? I'm taking like one trade a day at most right now. There's plenty of days where I just take 0 trades. It's really not plus EV to be trading a lot right now. All right, I'm going to look at some of your shitcoins, and then we're going to wrap up the stream here in like probably 15-20 minutes. So we can look at ordinals. Okay. That's retarded. All right, so yeah, ordinals looks like garbage, right? Momentum loss. Right, momentum loss takes place, lower high, right? It's not a good look, right? So ordinals is in big trouble, and that can basically be the synopsis for 99% of the altcoins. Is going to be the same read, right? This looks bad. Thoughts on cartel coin like Bake and LPT? I can't really weigh in because I don't know. When to sell into stables or wait it out? What? I mean, the time to be proactive and sell things has already come and gone. I don't really know how to answer that. I'll diversify into crystal. Well played, Charles. Well played. Put this example in your noob doc. The risk to reward thing? Yeah, I probably should. Should any of you noob question how'd you get the Paragon as a watermark? It's just woven into the vwaps. If you're carrying from a coding standpoint, it's considered a table in TradingView. Looks like a uterus pattern. Bro thinks I know what a uterus looks like. Too many terrible jokes, all just sprinting to the forefront of my brain there. I can't say any of them. So I'll bottom in or soon? Soon. Let's see. Yeah, it's at that area, so yeah, I mean, it'll probably wick down a little bit lower, but this is definitely prime time dip buying territory. Yeah, I really think the lows across the board in the market are here very soon. What is your watch list? Can't you see it, bro? Sol, Ton, Pepe, Trump, Hondo, Dusk, PENDLE. These are the good coins. Which realistically, probably... Ooh, we might have to buy back some Ton here soon. God, they... Alright. Clout time. I told a bunch of... I bought this thing at $3.80 and told a bunch of my friends to buy it too. And I got clowned for saying buy the Trump token by some of my mutuals. Well, I sold this shit at $16, so who's laughing now, bitch? Alright, so my plan was I sold a bunch at 16 and my plan was to buy it back, which I did not expect it to wick like this. I guess I should have because it's an illiquid shitter. My plan was to buy $8 or $9, but it looks like I might be able to buy back even lower, so I'm probably going to be buying back Trump token here. Love when I'm short and you stream. 90% hit rate. Confirmed. That is factual. Just get long ETH Beta. Yeah, that's the play right now, guys. You want a long. If you're flat right now, pivot to longing ETH Beta. I mean, like, look at OP. This is the opposite of OP right here. This is underpowered. I've been seeing ENS get shilled a lot. We can look at it. I thought ENS was at the top of my list. Here. Yeah, I mean, ENS doesn't look terrible. It's had a pretty decent recovery. Jesus. The monthly's pretty choppy. It looks okay. I don't think it looks as good as some of the other good coins. Which are very few and far between. Like, this is probably the best coin in the market right now. This is probably the only free long coin that I've had on my list for a while now. Hello, chat. Did he do Sol? Yeah, I basically said that Solana is in big dip buying territory right now. Maybe a tiny bit lower on Solana. And I'm probably going to punt some longs on it soon. Just joining now. How have you been? I've been good, Simram. How have you been, man? What's your outlook on PENDLE? I mean, right now, PENDLE looks like it wants to trade lower. I think the PENDLE's going to be a monster dip buying opportunity if it will, you know, trade down towards $4. Right now, VWAP structure is very bearish on it, so it probably wants to go down and come back down towards $4, where that's where I would probably send my next long on. You look at render downtrend. Yeah, so render dipped into the dip buying zone I had been waiting for. Where the fuck is render at? So render's probably good to go here pretty soon. This trend structuring looks terrible though, unfortunately, right? So when we were up here, I wanted to dip down into here and buy it. I don't know. Yeah, the risk to reward is good here, but it doesn't really look like there's any momentum. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I certainly have, though, that over the past several months, there's been zero momentum in these AI coins. AI coins are just super weak right now. That's why I don't own any. I don't know. I mean, render is at reversal zone for sure. So it's got that going for it. The problem is that since I think Bitcoin and stuff will go lower, like render's just going to get clobbered in that period. Rebranded to pessimism. That's a banger, poor brother. Did I list OP? Doesn't matter. I'm going to take any opportunity to troll. buy back Trump token despite the, I don't know what DJT is, Department of Justice trial, maybe, I'm guessing is what you mean. Yeah, I don't care about that shit, bro. That shit's a nothing burger. Don't matter. Look at what, let's go back to the Trump token and let's see what happened, right? This is when he got charged, or when he got all those, you know, charges. He nuked hard and then made fresh highs right away. You guys think that this guy's not going to talk about his token and shit when he's campaigning? I mean, the thesis over here was exactly that. You have any long-term price predictions? My long-term price prediction is that 98.5% of altcoins won't ever make fresh highs again. 1% of altcoins will go up a good amount. 0.5% of altcoins will go up a lot. Bitcoin ends the year at 93K. Where do you want to buy PEPE back? Nikki, I already covered this in the group, bruv. Literally where it's at. This is prime time dip buying territory right here on PEPE. So, AKA, I probably need to buy back some PEPE here soon. How much should it go down? Like, legit 30-something%, huh? Woo! Almost 40%. I got this from DocStream the other day. It was actually a group member that said it. Sell into strength or you'll be forced to sell into weakness. Such a good quote. XMR looks interesting. Bro, why is everyone talking about XMR recently? I don't even know where to fucking trade this stuff at anymore. Okay, okay. That's interesting. XMR actually does look kind of interesting right now. Like, dips are for buying on this bish. I haven't looked at XMR in years. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to look at every single ticker that's getting spammed right now because I want to wrap up the stream here pretty soon. I just, yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm pretty low energy today. I'm not really, I'm struggling with motivation to come on these streams and answer questions. You know, I don't really get anything out of this, so it's pretty hard for me to want to do this all the time if I'm being super frank about things. Maybe $6 on TON? I hope not, but yeah, I mean, I guess it would be a good area to buy. But I kind of think that this is where the buying is going to take place, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, it's been getting clapped for sure. What Discord communities are you guys in right now? Any recommendations? Well, this is obviously the opportunity for me to show the Paragon group. Bro, I'm not in like any, over the years I've gotten invited to so many Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord groups, whatever. Fuck all that shit. Not disrespect any of the people that invited me to those things, but I don't care about that stuff anymore. I just spend all my time in the Paragon group and in DMs. So Charles, obviously, check out the Paragon group. Think about THETA? Bro, I haven't looked at THETA in eternity. It's not even on my watch. Jesus Christ. There you go. Terrible. I got 128 on Sol on yesterday's dip. Don't want to round trip that. Very nice entry, bro. 3 AI coins emerging. Yes, I'm aware. I am stalking that for sure. Any thoughts on how high we get in total market cap this cycle? No fucking clue, dude. Simran, you got to understand, if I say a number like that, I'm just making it up, right? Like, yeah, we're going to get to... How high did we get last time? Like 3 or 4 trillion? We're going to get to 6.9 trillion this cycle. You heard it here first. Oh, Trump's launching his own token. Interesting. I'll have to buy that probably. No shot. You're asking me for Electronium. I remember that fucking... That was like a mobile, like, fucking mining. You, like, mined with your phone. Thanks for the stream. No problem, dude. Later, poor. No problem, Fern. No problem, no problem. How does your course differ? I couldn't say because I've never looked at any of his stuff. So no idea. All my stuff, like a lot of my foundational stuff came from some of my friends that were before me. But everything that I do nowadays is just completely just organically made up by myself. I definitely don't have anything that's going to be similar to other people just because it's just straight up all made up from years of trading. You're riding deep in the Paragon. Twitter threads are bangers. Yeah, I need to get back to threading. I want to thread some more here soon, but I just haven't really had the motivation for it. Kind of a lot behind live, but my only skill in life is being good at telling myself that I'm retarded and figuring out why I'm being retarded. Honestly, it's a pretty great skill set, dude, so I wouldn't word that like it's a negative. Scott in here, anything you're keeping your eye on? Bitcoin longs here soon. Solana longs here soon. TON looks good. I think Ondo's probably set up to go up again. Yeah, I definitely think Ondo's set up to go up here again. There's a few coins that are good. I think we're reaching max bearish sentiment in my opinion here soon. 6.9 trillion. Nice. Yeah, nice indeed. Lower time frame kind of nice now, no? What, Bitcoin? Lower time frame has been pretty rough for most people in general, I think. From what I've been seeing on Twitter, it seems like people are getting chopped up pretty bad. Ready to buy some dips or run the stream? Yeah, I would rewatch the stream if you didn't watch the beginning. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for me here. Sorry I was low energy and a little, maybe not in the best mood today. Struggling with motivation, etc. right now, but it is what it is. TLDR, I think that Bitcoin goes a little lower and the big dip buying opportunity for kind of up move into the end of June is on the cards here. I wouldn't be expecting it to be any sort of breakout from the range, right? Just target local supply, right? You're targeting 67K, you're targeting 69 and change, you're targeting 71 and change. These are the kind of three areas where the longs are going to lose their momentum. So you want to be buying here soon. There's not very many altcoins that look good. There's a couple that I covered on here that are worth looking at, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to pop out here and move on with my day. I got a lot of stuff that I need to get done. Definitely keep an eye out for the education. This is probably going to be pretty helpful for a lot of you, I imagine. If you want to expedite your trading and learn faster, obviously, I always would... Oh, my OBS is frozen. Oh, we love that. Maybe one day my OBS won't freeze. Alright, guys. That's going to be it for me. I will... I'll see you soon. I'm going to be trying to push out a lot more content here soon. I'm trying to get myself back to being highly motivated again. So keep an eye out for a lot of shit coming your way. And yeah, good luck out there. Cheers, everybody.